15th of February 2022. I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day yesterday. I woke up this morning and first thing I saw on the news was that Russia was pulling back some of its troops from the Ukraine border, stating that their part of the exercises are over and that's part of troops is going home. It got me wondering, are we going to see Biden come out now and say that Putin was pulling troops back because everyone threatened to sanction him to make Biden, that way Biden looks like he's tough. I'm tough on this. I'm a strong American leader. I wonder if that's what it's going to turn out to be this week if we see something from the White House come out that, Biden was the reason that Putin pulled some troops back. That's what I'm thinking. But there's still a lot of troops on the border of Ukraine. That's still up in the air. Personally, I don't see a reason for Russia to invade them, but they may do it, may not. But you got to understand that politics are smoke and mirrors. They'll have you believe in one thing while they're doing another. So who knows what's going to wind up there? In our own state here in Alabama, our Governor Ivy, Lord, when she was having to stay at home, wear a mask, all this stuff going on, her approval ratings were low. People was like, well, we need to vote her out of office. We don't like her no more. Well, now that she's, fighting the mandate on this, those same people are supporting her. It's as long as they're doing what you want them to do, a lot of people support them. But the moment they go against something you want them to do, they're like, no, you need to be out of office. But the problem comes is when they do something that you say they need to be out of office, the problem comes is when a couple months later, when they switch back to doing stuff you want them to do, oh yeah, you need to stay in office. That's the problem. And politicians know that, and that's how they play us. You got to give to take. That's the way they look at it. So stay up on that stuff over in Russia. Something's just not right about it. If we see Biden come out and make a statement, that Putin moved his troops back because that they were told that they would be sanctioned. It's a power play to make our president look strong. The truckers up in Canada, they're still moving in on them, getting them out of everywhere where they're at. They're trying to. They've cleared some spots out and made a few arrests up there. Canada enacted essentially what's martial law up there. So that's going to be something to see. I don't think they've ever done it before. I think that law was passed in the late 80s of what he put into effect yesterday. So we'll see how that works. Grocery prices are still going up. Gas is going up. I'm telling you, y'all need to stock food up. You need to be prepared for at least 6 months. I'd prefer you to be prepared for a year's worth of food. Nothing is going to be cheaper tomorrow than it is today. Things are not going to go back to normal. They're not going to go back to the cheap prices we're at, and they're just going to keep going up. There's reports that by the end of the year, everything will be up, anywhere from 30 to 40% of what it was from the first of the year. They're not calling it what it is. Eventually, what it boils down to, it's hyperinflation. That's what's going on. I've noticed. I got to thinking last night. I went through some of my canned foods that we bought from a store at separate times, and for some reason, the expiration date is the same on food that I bought 6 months ago or a year ago as it is what I bought this weekend. So that there's got me wondering, are they just throwing everything they got in the warehouse out on the shelves and there's nothing new to put out, or there's not enough of the new to put out? A lot of times when you go to the store, you'll see a section completely empty, or you'll have what they call fronting, the front of the shelves full, but as soon as you move a can or two, there's nothing behind it. They're also putting stuff in sections where it's never went before just to make the store look full. I don't think a lot of people's caught on. They'll see the meat section, no meat in it or something like that, but then also you'll hear, well, meat's high. Meat's high, so it doesn't really affect me. I'll eat something else. But you also got to look like your noodles. And when I say noodles, I'm talking about like, macaroni noodles, spaghetti noodles, things like that. In my area, they don't have very much of it. You might see, like I said, the shelf may look full. You pull one or two out, there's nothing behind it. They're just making the shelves look full. They're condensing sections down what used to be, let's say a 20-foot section of canned soup is now condensed down to 4 or 5 foot section. It's They're just trying to make you think that, hey, we're full, we're good to go, we got everything we need, we got plenty of it. Guys, there's a shortage, and a lot of people don't realize that. So you need to get what you can get and get it put up. Like I said, nothing's going to be cheaper tomorrow than it is today. Everything's going to keep going up. I dread seeing what prices are by this time next year. Always be prepared. Stack food up as high as you can get it. Store it as high as you can get it. And get ready, guys. When I say get ready, it doesn't mean something drastic's going to happen in the world. You never know. You may lose your job. You may get sick, something like that. That's one less worry you're going to have on yourself if you've got enough food to last you 6 months to a year. That's one less worry you're going to have. And that's the way you need to look at it. So always be prepared.